salvatrice. I have heard recently someone saying that the descent of the Prophet Isa salam will happen at the Maghrib prayer, whereas it will really take Fajr. He will arrive at the moment when the Imam al-Mahdi will be about to start his prayer. As soon as he sees the Prophet Isa entering with all the wisdom and the respect he incarnates, the Imam al-Mahdi will step back to let him lead the prayer. But the Prophet will refuse, moving back and saying, "You are the Amirul Muminun. Therefore, you are the representative of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on earth." If we had found there the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we would have stood behind him. We are all Islam missionaries. Then the Prophet Isa will recite the intention of praying, and the Imam Mahdi will lead the prayer on that day. Imam al-Mahdi will be dressed in a white jalaba and his great turban. After the prayer, during the greeting, the Prophet Isa will kiss the green turban, which will show the high rank of Imam al-Mahdi. It will coincide with the Friday morning, but there's a reality behind this organization in the real world. Before the 40 years of Imam al-Mahdi, in the world of Ghaib, the Prophet Isa will ask the permission to descend on earth to begin his mission to help the Mahdi to end the crisis and the disorder of the end of the time. He will repeat this request 3 times. The first request will be made to the 38 years old of Imam al-Mahdi. The angels around him will answer that it's not yet the time for him to descend. The second request will be made during the Mahdi mission, and the answer will be the same as the previous one. And finally, the third request will be granted by Allah. He will then descend on the white damask minaret in Syria. And finally, he will meet the Mahdi. At the funeral of the Mahdi, everyone will think that only the Prophet Isa should lead the prayer. But he will appoint the most senior saint of this time to lead the prayer, just as Imam al-Mahdi asked him to do when they met for the first time at dawn, and he refused. But the man in turn refused and gave the honor to the Prophet Isa as the direct to mortuary prayer of the Mahdi. The real world will consider that it is the holy man who will have lead the prayer, because it is he who was designed by the Prophet Isa, because the wishes of the Prophet are always granted.
La lumière salvatrice, Nouril Mutalsam.